And now that the announcements are done, it's time to hear from our incredible speakers.
When I introduced this speaker last year, my co-coordinator, Loretta J, and I, I'm not sure where she went, but she's here somewhere, praised her like the goddess she is. From all the times I've been told to tone it down a bit, I know that sometimes the compliments might get annoying, maybe even embarrassing. But I also know that I will never be able to stop singing her praises. Thank you for everything you have been and done for me.
And with that, we would like to welcome our professor, mentor, and friend, Marlene Gerber Fried.
There really are two people left to thank, Iona Pearl and Rachel. Please. They work all year to make this happen. Please give them hugs, love, and praise whenever you see them. I also want to I'm really thrilled to welcome the 2016 RASCI interns, 35 remarkable people from 41 states who are going to go all over the country this summer, and the former RASCI. So can I hear you if you're a RASCI or a former RASCI? Make some noise. Stamp your feet. And it is, of course, an honor to welcome all of you to CLPP's 35th anniversary conference. In case you can't tell, I'm pretty charged up. I've been here for 30 of those 35 years, and I'm still excited. In 1981, CLPP was born in the eye of the New Right storm to power. The New Right was an alliance of traditional economic conservatives and Christian evangelical cultural conservatives. They pushed an anti-woman, anti-gay set of social issues to the forefront of the political arena. Their goal, maintain and strengthen patriarchy, white supremacy, capitalism. They were called the New Right, but doesn't it sound familiar to all of you? They posed huge threats to reproductive justice. Even though we didn't have the language and the theory of reproductive justice, women of color and their allies were practicing reproductive justice, were performing reproductive justice, and the New Right was attacking it. I'm going to mention just a few of the attacks. The Family Protection Act, introduced in 1981, and this is a quote, "A bill to strengthen the American family and promote the virtues of family life through education, tax assistance, etc." So we have to ask, what virtues? Whose families? Also a quote, "It would bar funding to any organization which advocates, promotes, or suggests male or female homosexuality as a lifestyle." Now, I know you're thinking that if you go beyond the gender binary, you could avoid what they were up to, but I don't think that's what they were going for. In fact, I know that's not what they're going for. The Human Life Amendment was proposed, an amendment to the US Constitution aimed at overturning Roe v. Wade by declaring the fetus a human being from the moment of conception. And 1981 was the year that rape and incest exceptions were removed from the Hyde Amendment. The Hyde Amendment, which prohibits federal Medicaid funding for abortion. It had exceptions for rape and incest in 1981. They were taken out, not restored until 1993. We have been living with the toxic legacy of these bills. Even the ones that didn't pass came in piecemeal, put their toxicity into the environment. And we have been facing new waves of old threats. Feel free to hiss, boo, or whatever it is to show disapproval. At the legislation in 17 states, most recently North Carolina, Indiana, Tennessee, South Dakota, Kansas, targeting transgender people's rights. Trap laws, like the ones at issue in the whole women's health case, further eroding access to abortion. Make no mistake, the right, it's not new anymore, has a plan for us. But we have a better one. It doesn't end with the upcoming election. Yes, vote. But more important, keep organizing and building our movements through bold, persistent, creative activism. Take inspiration from listening to the voices pushed to the margins. Arnaldo Garcia spoke here a few years ago from the National Network of Immigrant and Refugee Rights, and he gave us a prescription for how to do this. He said, tell the story, then retell the story from the prescription of those who are left out. So today's story of abortion rights recognizes that access to abortion and reproductive health care are not issues just for cisgendered women. Trans men, gender nonconforming people also get pregnant, have babies, need reproductive health care. This is why it's important to be inclusive in our advocacy and our language. Pronouns are not just words. They're markers of visibility and recognition. The journalist Parker Malloy put it together so eloquently, so simply. Abortion is an issue of bodily autonomy. Being trans is an issue of bodily autonomy. Abortion is a trans issue. For those who study philosophy, it's a simple syllogism. Today's story of abortion also includes thinking about the people, the women in El Salvador who are imprisoned because they had miscarriages or stillbirths or abortions. We were supposed to have with us today Cristina Quintanilla from El Salvador, but her identification was stolen and she couldn't get on the plane. So I'm thinking of Cristina this morning. Today's story of sustainability includes economic equity. As the Hampshire Food Service employees who have served us and nurtured us and nourished us all these years, as they said in their campaign, and this is a quote, we cannot collectively engage with the ethics of the food chain while ignoring the conditions of those employed within it. Today's story of racist police violence is more complete as the Say Her Name project lifts up the women and girls of color killed by police. Say the names, make them visible. Tanisha Anderson, Raika Boyd, Miriam Carey, Kayla Moore, Jania McMillan, and so many more. Finally, today's story of activism, as Yotam Moram, an Occupy organizer, told us, must acknowledge that there are new ways of activism. He said, make no mistake about it. We are not aimless. We simply speak a different language, a language that screams that we are here for the long run, that our goals are not merely reform, that our vision is deep and radical, and that we are prepared to struggle in order to win not only those gains we can pronounce now, but also those we cannot even fully articulate yet. So let's be this weekend together, get the fuel we need to scream and carry forward that deep and radical vision of reproductive justice. Thank you.